Here we have exercise 1.6, geometric construction 3. Okay, so in this third page or exercise, we're going to draw a perpendicular from a point in a line. Okay, so any point in the line. To divide a line into any number of equal parts, such as 6, which is shown here. And to construct a regular hexagon on a given side. There it is. I've already taped my page down, making sure that it all lines up with my t-square, making sure the existing drawing lines up with the t-square, and written my name in correct lettering. Okay, so to begin, we're going to draw a perpendicular from a point in a line. So the point given is P. We're going to just draw a perpendicular. Now, if we've lined that up correctly, we really should just be able to do that. But there is a correct method. If that wasn't necessarily lined up with a t-square and, perpendicular with a set square, then we could use this method. So with P as a centre and any radius, so this is all with your compass again. Okay, with P as a centre and any given radius. So as long as it hits on the line, I think they just want. So I'll just make it a bit smaller so it actually hits on the line. You can see here it needs to hit on the line. Describe an arc to intersect AB at point C and D. So short little point line where it crosses over. Okay, so now we've got C and D. Alright, so that's equal distance from point P. So we're basically just bisecting the line again. So if you recall from the previous two exercises, so we're going to put our compass at the end of the line, set it to more than halfway, arc above, arc below, same on the other side, set it at point C, very light arc above, light arc below, and just join those points up. Okay. So we can label this E, and there's P. Should have gone through the middle of P there. Slightly to the side, not good. To divide a line into any number of equal parts, e.g. 6 equal parts. So this one's a little bit tricky, this one. So let AB be the given line. Draw AC at an angle up to approximately 30 degrees to AB. So this is a 30-degree projection line here. We have a 30-degree set square, so we'll just use that. This one. So setting it up with my t-square underneath, I can slide my set square along. We don't use the point of the set square ever because it's got a curve on it. Instead we just drop the t-square below where we need to draw and we'll slide that in and we can just draw, making sure the t-square is on the true edge of the drawing board. Draw an angle. Okay, so that will be 30 degrees using the set square. Okay, draw AC at an angle approximately 30 degrees. Done that with any convenient radius. Right, a convenient radius. I think this one has to be quite small because we don't have a lot of space. Set off from A 6 equal divisions along the line AC. So we'll set it fairly small so we can actually fit 6 divisions along this line AC. So that's C. So I set it quite small so we can fit them. So there we go, that should fit. So we're going to progressively move along this line, marking off 6 points. So that's 2. Making sure each time you place your compass point right at the new marking. Near enough is not good enough. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. 6. Okay, so there we go. So we've got, it's divided into 6 equal parts along AC. Join 0.6 to B. Okay, so this angle is going to be a bit different to the example above. So we'll just join this point to B. Mine happens to be fairly vertical. Okay, that's just coincidence. Okay, now we're going to draw parallel lines to this new line. Okay, with the aid of two set squares, draw lines parallel to 6B from the other points. The parallel lines cut AB into 6 equal parts. Okay, so it's going to transfer these distances to this line, or basically just cut that line in half. It's a different length. So now we're going to use the two set square method. So you need two set squares for this. I would use the smaller 45-degree set square first. And how you might do it is you need to rotate it round to about that angle. And if it was this one, I'd line it up like that. So if yours at an angle similar to that, you'd line it up with that line that you've just made. For mine, I'm just going to line it up. That line there. Okay, so it's lined up. Now we need something to run this whole set square across on. So we use the second set square as something to rest it on. So holding that one in place, we can now place the other set square. So this one can now move along the bottom set square. So they can actually move along against each other. Okay, so we need to hold this bottom one in place so this can happen. So it does take both hands. So we're going to join this line here, move that along, join that there, and this will be dividing AB into 6 equal parts, making sure that this is always resting square against the bottom set square. And this works with any angle. Don't be tempted to use the T-square here, because if this wasn't vertical, you wouldn't be able to, such as in the case with the top example. Okay, so there it is. So now AB is divided into 6 equal parts. Right. Now, last one, to construct a regular hexagon on a given side. So here's the given side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find first, we're going to basically create an equilateral triangle, but we're going to find centre O first. So it's going to be that distance. So taking our compass, set it at A and to the distance AB, and mark off up the top, describe arc above. That will be point O now. That's the centre of the circle. Okay. Keeping that same radius, we are going to use that as our centre point now. So O is now our centre point. Now this requires a bit of skill using the compass. This is the first time you've had to draw a full circle. So as far as a technique in holding the compass, I have that resting in the centre. Because of the rubberised board, it will stay in place as long as I don't try and lift it up. Obviously that would move it away. So I'm going to put my finger, rest my finger in the top of the compass. There's a little bit of a circle there, and I'm going to tilt it into the circle I'm about to draw and sweep it round. The tilting of the compass makes it a lot easier to draw. Okay, so there it is. Okay, we've made that circle, and the radius of that circle is obviously equal to the length AB. You'll notice it crosses over the example, don't worry about that. Now we need to mark off, keeping that same radius on the compass, we need to mark off around the circle. So setting our compass to point A, going to mark off a distance, same distance away from A. You might want to go around this way, and you can work your way around the circle edge. That one seems to be right on the example. It's a bit hard to see. Make sure that you don't get the lines confused. And there you go, you've got the whole circle divided into 6 equal parts. So just like we divided this into 6 equal parts with along here, we've divided this into 6 equal parts. Okay. Right, now we're going to join those. I'm going to use just a set square. And that will complete the hexagon. Make sure your final hexagon shape is firmed in darker than your construction line, so the intended outcome is clear as opposed to just constructing it. Last one. And there you go. You have a regular hexagon on the given side AB. That's the end of tutorial exercise 1.6 geometric construction 3.